Right, today's mission is to find a beach. We'll talk about cameras at some point, but I've got a day off, so I'm going to enjoy it. God, it's so beautiful, sunny. I'm going to go to a beach, hang out, maybe find water, cut my own hair again. God, it's a great day. Let's go check out the West End and go beach hunting. There's a lot of them. I'm looking for a specific beach, not just any beach, because there's lots of great beaches in Vancouver, but I'm going to Third Beach. And Third Beach is always a bit of a trek to get to, but it is very much worth it. I've been hanging out with some raccoons. You can hear them in the background. Okay, so I'm currently just wandering around Stanley Park. I'm heading to Third Beach. I keep getting distracted by these like adorable raccoons, like baby raccoons. And I love raccoons. If you've seen my coffee mug. So it's always great to see them. Is Stanley Park, they're fairly friendly. I mean, obviously you don't want to you want to give them distance to keep, you and them safe. Everyone's got to feel safe. You don't want to mess with raccoons, and they don't want to mess with you. So for the most part, you can hang out with them as long as you're not messing with them. Don't mess with the raccoons. One of the main things that I want to talk about today is there is a lot of hype around the Canon R5 and the R6. And, I have the EOS R, I have a C200, I have Canon lenses, I've got my film cameras, a Canon Elan 7. So I'm fairly invested in Canon, and so this is kind of like the next upgrade, and I'm wondering if it makes sense for me to do that upgrade. So that's one of the things that I'm going to be thinking about out loud while we film this video and while we vlog. So by now there's been a lot of videos about the specs of this camera, what it can do, what it can't do. I'm not going to get into those. I'm mostly interested in the question of, does this actually make sense for me where I'm at with my business, and if it makes sense to upgrade this particular tool. All right, so I'm going to get out of this. I'm going to get out of these woods and keep going. Get on my way, and we can talk a bit about more of that as the day goes on. I got all day for this, so let's do this. So one big question is, what am I actually going to use this camera for? I just upgraded my A camera to the C200, so I don't really need this camera for that. What I need is a B camera that can do stills and some video, kind of a vlogging camera, but not huge responsibilities, not like my C200. So I guess let's just quickly talk about resolutions and how I would use them if I were to get, say, the R5. Not that I am, but I might, but I don't know. We're figuring this out. You know what, I'm just gonna go back into the woods for a bit to talk this out, because I'm not so belligerent as to vlog in public that much. Just not really there yet. Maybe one day. But at this point, I'm not into it, and this park is so damn awesome. Okay, seriously, I came in here to like just get off the main path so I could talk a bit, but these trees are awesome, which is also like why this park is so awesome. It's just like these huge cedar trees, like I think those are cedars. Man, they're just like, they're so awesome. And just like, it's not just that, I'm surrounded by like all these awesome trees, and it's just like an amazing space that's like gorgeous all the time. So ultimately I'm planning for this camera to be, you know, maybe a replacement to my B camera, right? My current B camera is the EOS R. Man, I can do a lot with this camera, right? It covers all my bases. I think I've just kind of gotten used to like what I can do and what I need to do and making it work within my workflow. So for me, I kind of don't feel like I need a new camera, but if I were to get a new camera, and specifically if I were to get the R5, what are some ways that I would use that camera? So first of all, I guess let's talk about resolutions. The 8K, that is not something I would do an interview with, mostly because of the overheating, but also just it's not necessary for what I do. 4K is plenty, but one way that I would see myself using the 8K would be shooting stock footage. So shooting B-roll of landscapes or certain things, and I would just kind of use it as content that I could sell into the future or use into the future as necessary, but it would be more of a stock video element. I don't think I would use it for a lot of production. It doesn't make sense. I feel like the workflow for shooting short films with it would be a nightmare. So we'll see. It might happen at some point, but who knows? Who knows? The 4K 60 is really enticing. Same with the 4K 120. The overheating is an issue, but also with the way I shoot, I wonder if it's actually a practical issue, right? I often have my camera off, and then I go to spots, I turn it on quickly, get a couple shots, and turn it off. It's just kind of the way I shoot. So I kind of don't know that it would be something that would come up with as an issue. But I mean, it's certainly, you know, it is definitely a deficiency for the reliability of the camera. So the 4K 120 is definitely something that I'm interested in. And it's actually one of the things where, you know, I'm wondering if I am going to go this route, does it make more sense for me to just get an A7S III and an MC11 adapter, use all my Canon glass, and then just have that camera? So both of them seem to do really good 120p. I do seem to favor the Canon for what I've seen. For, I mean, just image quality in general, I do think that the Canon generally does a better job, but I think it's a question of like, what do I actually need? And does this make sense? So one of the things that I'm actually doing while I shoot this video is that I'm actually auditing my shooting style for vlogs. Because I feel like the vlogs is kind of the only major unknown. The rest of my shooting style, and for corporate stuff and for my business stuff, the stuff I actually get paid for, like, it's just going to be the C200, so it kind of doesn't matter. But then again, do I need to be shooting in 4K 120 for vlogs? And I don't know that I do. Maybe I do. Who knows? The spot's been great, but I got to keep moving onto the beach. I'm going to find another spot like this and we'll check it out, but until then, let's just wander around and do some filming. Alright, looks like I got here faster than I was expecting, so I'm going to go chill on the beach for a bit. And that's about it. We'll talk again in a little bit after some beach time. Alright, I'm going to do this. See you later. Alright, so the beach was great, but the sun's going down, so I kind of want to wrap up my main points for this. So for one of the things that I haven't actually talked about yet is IBIS, right? IBIS is actually one of the things that would be really handy that I don't have. Crazy dragonflies are after me. IBIS would be really great for, you know, all the obvious things of stabilizing things. I do a lot of stuff handheld. I've been doing more and more stuff handheld. There are like bats around me right now. It is awesome. Sweet. I don't know if you can see, there's like some bats and dragonflies catching mosquitoes, which are probably feasting on me, so that's good. So one other thing that's, you know, kind of promising is for an RF to EF adapter with fans, which might, you know, help with the overheating. Who knows how much that would actually help things. Not really sure what this video is about. I'm just trying to like think out loud, figure out, you know, is this something that I want to do? Am I going to upgrade anytime soon? And so far, one of the things that I've been realizing is that, you know, I'm very happy with my EOS R right now. Probably not going to pull the trigger on upgrading anytime soon. Those are all really great cameras, but I've just kind of been auditing what makes sense for me. You know, auditing what I actually need, what I'm looking for. I think I need a stills camera more than I need necessarily a super awesome video camera. Whether I switch to the R5 or just stay on the EOS R remains to be seen. But I think if you're considering buying a new camera, the hype on YouTube can be overwhelming. It can really kind of trick you into wanting something that you might not need. And it's always worth like reevaluating, you know, whether you actually need it or not. Is the tool you have serving you? And if not, is there something else that you should be moving to? I think for me, because I just upgraded to the C200, I'm feeling really good on the video front. And I'm not feeling like a small body mirrorless is necessarily the camera that I need for my video production, right? This is going to take up a smaller and smaller percentage of what I actually do. So for now, I'm sticking with the EOS R. Who knows, I might get impulsive and buy it at some point, but I kind of doubt it. I'll probably be on this camera for quite a while. Anyways, I'm losing my light and I'm gonna go do some night photography, so I'll see you later.